Your ship docks at Zeebrugge, but Bruges, the city you actually came to see, sits 15 kilometers away. You have 1 day to nail the transport, choose between DIY or a guided tour, and decide what is actually worth your time. This is your Zeebrugge to Bruges Cruise Port Guide. Welcome to Travel Day Trip Ideas. We're about to break down what to do, what to skip, and whether to DIY or take a tour. If that helps, hit subscribe. It really helps us grow. Let's jump in. 3 mistakes cost most cruisers real time and money here, and the first one begins before you even leave the terminal. Disembarking at Zeebrugge, the route to Bruges is straightforward. It begins with a 5 to 7 minute walk along a flat, clearly marked path. Blue signs point the way to Zeebrugge Dorp Station, about 500 meters from the port entrance. Inside, NMBS ticket machines accept cards, cash, or mobile payments through the NMBS app. Trains depart roughly every 30 minutes, though the schedule rarely aligns perfectly with the hour. A direct train covers the distance to Bruges in 14 minutes, making this the fastest and least expensive choice. Missing the exact departure time can mean an unexpected wait, a detail that often catches travelers off guard. The port's official shuttle offers a different rhythm. The shuttle stop is just 30 meters from the terminal, easy to spot and marked by a blue and white sign. Shuttles run every half hour and in summer sometimes every 15 minutes. Tickets are free for cruise passengers. Simply show your boarding pass at the information desk. The ride to Bruges takes about 20 minutes and it ends near the city center. Accessibility is standard, with assistance for luggage and wheelchairs. With good timing, the process from ship to city can be completed in under 30 minutes. Taxis and rideshares like Bolt and Uber wait at the same stand outside the terminal. Licensed taxis charge a fixed fare of about 60 euros each way, regardless of time. Rideshare prices fluctuate but usually match taxi rates. Both options reach Bruges in 20 to 30 minutes, with only a brief walk from the ship. Private transfers, pre-booked for 70 to 85 euros one way, include a meet and greet in the customs hall and direct drop-off at the market. This is the smoothest route for those with extra luggage or accessibility needs. The cadence is simple. Walk 5 to 7 minutes, wait briefly, then ride 14 to 20 minutes into Bruges. Adding a 10-minute buffer for luggage or passport checks is wise, especially during summer. Every cruise day in Zeebrugge starts with a decision. Do you want full control or do you want peace of mind? The fastest, cheapest route to Bruges is the regional train, 6 euros one way. It is quick and reliable if you are comfortable with a bit of do-it-yourself. You walk out of the port, buy your ticket at the machine or on your phone, and you can be in Bruges in under 20 minutes if the timing lines up. Taxis and rideshares are the premium option, about 60 euros each way door-to-door with no waiting for a schedule. Then there is the organized tour, everything handled, pickup at the terminal, a local guide, and most importantly, a guaranteed return to the ship before all aboard. Tours cost more upfront, but they include transport, entry tickets, and that safety net if you are anxious about timing. Here is the crossroads most cruisers do not see coming. The real cost is not always in euros, but in minutes lost to indecision or missed connections. Most cruisers miss this, lingering too long at the port, debating options, and suddenly the early train is gone. The shuttle fills up, or the taxi queue grows. That is mistake number 1, losing the best part of the morning to hesitation. Then arriving in Bruges just as the crowds build and the lines at the belfry start to snake around the square. If you only do one thing in Bruges, make it the Madonna and Child by Michelangelo at the Church of Our Lady. It is the only Michelangelo sculpture outside Italy, and seeing it before the midday rush is a memory you will keep long after the cruise ends. But you can only pull this off if you are decisive about your transport and lock in your time budget from the start. Going the do-it-yourself route gives you flexibility and can save money, especially if you are traveling light and comfortable with walking and reading a train schedule. Organized tours offer a buffer against missed connections and the kind of timing slip-ups that leave you sprinting back to the ship. If you're traveling with kids, have mobility needs, or just want to relax and let someone else handle the logistics, a reputable local tour is worth every cent for the stress it saves. Whatever you choose, do not let the port eat up your morning. Decide early, move quickly, and keep your eye on the clock. Bruges rewards the traveler who arrives before the crowds and leaves with time to spare. Bruges reveals itself in a tight medieval core, where every landmark sits within easy reach. The marked square stands at the center, watched over by the Belfry Stone Tower. Arriving before 10 a.m., the queue for the Belfry is manageable, 15 to 30 minutes at peak, and often less if you arrive early. The climb is steep, 366 steps spiraling upward, but the view from the top stretches across red rooftops and winding canals, bells ringing above the city. Most cruise passengers miss this window, arriving later to find the line doubled back and precious time lost. A short walk leads to the Church of Our Lady, home to Michelangelo's Madonna and Child, the only one outside Italy. Early arrival is key. After 11:30 a.m., a 30-minute visitor limit starts as crowds fill the church. This is the moment that lingers, a quiet encounter with a masterpiece. From there, the canals beckon. A 30-minute boat ride slips past stone bridges and hidden gardens, offering a new angle on the city's history. Boats depart every half hour, and tickets are easy to find. For many, this is the moment Bruges becomes unforgettable. Tower, art, water captured in a single morning. Belgian food draws travelers off the ship, but it is easy to fall into mistake number 2, the market square trap. Cafes around the square tempt with red awnings and accordion tunes, yet a plate of moule frites here can cost 28 euros, double what you will pay a block away. Waffles at tourist stands run 6 euros, while a bakery on Sint-Amanstraat serves them hot for 3 euros, sugar-dusted and without a line. The best fries are not under the Belfry, but at a corner shop like Zwart Huis, where 3 euros buys a cone of crisp frites and garlicky mayo. Chocolate shops fill Bruges, but the real finds are behind plain glass on Breidelstraat or in the back of the chocolate line, where a praline tasting plate is 6 euros. Beer is a midday ritual. Skip the tourist flights and find Zeebrugge's Biertje, where 9 euros gets a tray of local ales and a quick lesson in Trappist brewing. Quick bites, stoufvlees stew, or a cheese croquette from a side street cafe. Save both time and money. A smart lunch means grabbing street food, eating on a canal bench, and saving euros for the city's winding medieval lanes. After lunch, the afternoon in Bruges splits into 2 clear paths. If you want the day fully handled, a premium small group tour is the comfort option. For around 89 euros, you get a local guide, entry tickets, and most importantly, a coach waiting to take you back to the ship, no clock watching needed. This route is especially popular with travelers who do not want to track train times or worry about missing all aboard. The guide leads you through quiet canal corners, shares stories behind hidden chapels, and often includes a chocolate tasting or a windmill stop. Every minute is planned, with transport bundled in so you can relax and just enjoy Bruges. The DIY route is all about flexibility and savings. You are free to wander at your own pace, ducking down side streets, pausing at a canal bench, or hunting for that perfect praline. But DIY also means keeping a close eye on the NMBS train schedule. Miss the right departure, and you could be waiting half an hour watching the clock tick toward your ship's buffer time. This is where many cruisers hit tour trigger number 2, the moment they realize that a guided tour's guaranteed return is worth more than the extra euros. Both paths have their rewards. The real question is how much risk and responsibility you want to carry for the rest of your afternoon. The countdown to all aboard isn't flexible, and the ship's clock never waits. Here is your no-fail return plan. Check the posted all aboard time and count backward. For the train, leave Bruges at least 90 minutes before the deadline. This covers a missed train or a last-minute queue at the station. On the shuttle, aim for a 60-minute cushion since traffic or a full bus can eat up precious minutes. Taxis and rideshares require a 45-minute buffer, but only if you have pre-booked and checked for roadworks. Tours with guaranteed return are the only option where the timing is handled for you, but always confirm the scheduled drop-off. Remember, the contract is clear. If you miss the ship, you are responsible for catching up at your own expense. Standard travel insurance rarely covers missed ships unless it is a documented strike or a weather event. Most cruisers get caught by mistake number 3, cutting it too close, trusting luck, and finding the gangway already closed. Treat the ship's schedule as non-negotiable, build in your buffer, and you will walk back on board with time to spare and peace of mind. Right now, every hour ashore is a choice: freedom or worry, local gem or timing trap. The difference comes down to planning, because Bruges rewards those who move smart and return stress-free. Favorite local tours are linked below. How would you spend your one Bruges day? Leave a comment and keep exploring. Thanks for watching. If you want a little help making the day smoother, we've linked our recommended local tours in the description below. And the next cruise port guide is on screen. Click that and let's plan your next stop.